I'm sure we all love watching favorite YouTubers play scary games. This kind of videos get millions of views. Some YouTubers are famous specifically for playing a lot of different horror games. But why we don't play them ourselves? Because as everyone says, you better experience it yourself than watching someone's reaction, right? But I'm sure a lot of us never even played horror games. So, is it worth it to play horror games yourself? Hello everyone, and today I will play 5 horror games in different genres, so to say, to answer this question. Also, I will try to keep the video spoilers free, so you could play the games that you liked yourself. Take an extremely comfortable position, and let's get scared. In my opinion, you can definitely divide all horror games in different groups. Some of them, in my opinion, are not worth your attention. Usually these games get you only with loud noises or pretty stupid jump scares. Some are more focused on storytelling, and some are extremely frightening. Let's start from the classics that we all know, because it was inescapable. Five Nights at Freddy's. Still, to this days I remember how I, being a child, thought that FNAF 2 is extremely scary. This franchise started its own genre in horror games, that most are sick of already. So this was one of those games that I didn't have high hopes for, and as expected, I wasn't impressed by it. If anything, these types of games are definitely the ones that you shouldn't waste your time on. I think everyone will agree with this, but nowadays horror games that get you only with jump scares and loud noises and nothing more are not scary anymore. Real life is much scarier than these games, right? Go touch grass if you want a real adrenaline rush. Yes, they can scare you with suddenness, but all this gets too old extremely soon. And now you are left with what is not the best gameplay, eventually interrupted by a human-sized fox screaming at you. Oh, are you kidding me, alarm? Shut up. And the conclusion is obvious. You probably shouldn't play FNAF-like games nowadays, as they are extremely boring. Also, there are millions of FNAF-like indie games. That's just impressive, what can I say? The next game is Resident Evil 7. I chose this game because it's still considered a horror game, but the main focus is on the story. And there are a lot of games like this, but Resident Evil is the most popular franchise of all them. As far as I know, everybody thinks that Resident Evil 7 is the scariest one. That's why I chose this part of the franchise specifically. Just for the context, I played Resident Evil 8 with my friend before, but for the most time I laughed my ass off because of my friend kept screaming like a baby. So it wasn't really scary for me, I was just invested in the story. Maybe it's just hard to scare me. Oh, I just had different kind of thoughts back then.
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy?
So what can I say about this game after I played it? In my opinion, it wasn't necessarily a very scary game, but it had that atmosphere that makes you really uncomfortable. Hey, just like toilets in my kindergarten. Everything is gross, everything is nasty, but hey, a very welcoming family. That's nice. With that kind of food and teeth, you would think they are British. Very exquisite taste. But no, they have guns, and a muscle car, and oh boy, I'm already tired of this crazy old man. Welcome to America, baby! Yes, 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 yes! So, should you play this game? As a horror game, probably not, but as a story game and as a part of a Resident Evil franchise, yes, of course. Also, if you don't want to play an extremely scary game as your first introduction to horror games, then play Resident Evil. Yes, it's good. It's really good. No one will argue that this game is good, but it's not necessarily a scary game. So, it's up to you to decide. Not the shithole, not again. Huh? I won't die in the shithole. Fuck! As I played these games, I caught myself thinking. When it comes to me, I watch videos about horror games not because I'm interested in this game specifically, but because I want to watch this YouTuber play the game. For example, I really enjoy videos of CDogVA, and I watched his full 1 hour long video of Final Fantasy VIII not because I'm interested in this 24-year-old game. It was because I wanted to see Connor's commentary, his jokes, reaction, or I just like how his videos are edited. The same you can say with horror games. You don't watch scary games to get scared, but to see YouTuber's reaction. Want to see him getting scared and say a funny joke after. But these are only my thoughts. Anyways, let's get back to our games. After playing games that failed in making me scream like a reaction YouTuber, I decided to play some
certified hood classic
of truly scary games. I always heard that Visage and Soma are the scariest games of all time, so I decided to pick one of them. After reading the description, I chose Visage. And straight from the beginning, this game showed that now we are in the territory of scary games. The game starts with this really uncomfortable scene. The whole scene with loading the revolver and killing everybody is just super uncomfortable. But then we just appear in the garage. Oh yeah. Of course, I need a garage room key, I just went through this door, like, come on. Maybe they will explain this scene in the end of the game, but I didn't expect what was coming next. Like, listen, yes, this game is scary. Oh, it's a kindergarten reference now again, right? But it is as scary as it is annoying. You just cannot see anything. You feel like you are lost in a coal mine. But everything would have been fine. But you just cannot understand where you need to go. I spent too much time looking for the right directions. In addition to that, the developers came up with such a brilliant idea. None of the items are highlighted. And they don't stand out from the background. You pass by the key and don't even notice it. I had to watch the guide for this game 2 or 3 times to understand where I should go. And by the time the game became really scary, I was already terribly pissed off. Yes, there were some really good moments, and the monster isn't bad, but it definitely doesn't stand out. Yeah, yeah, I can deal with lighters. I'm unstoppable now. But I'm not saying this game is bad. For example, there was one moment when I did not want to go forward at all. The noises were really scary. But naturally, as a perfectly normal member of our society, if I hear horrible noises, I go directly to them. Wait, what is this sound? You do this too, right? I'm not the weird one. Perfectly logical actions. And again, almost immediately after that, you have to find where to go in total darkness. Any kind of dark humor will not make this room darker. At one point I couldn't find the right path for so long that I was killed by a monster that doesn't even spawn here. It was just so bored watching me go left and right. But okay, maybe I'm just stupid. You will tell me where to go, right? Just watch. Here! This is the place where I should go. I just thought it was a wall. Okay, summing up, I want to say that I played this game for an hour and a half and couldn't take it anymore. Yes, it's scary, but to be honest, I don't understand why everybody idolizes it so much. And it is so annoying. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't play this game yourself, just be prepared. Because this game is far from terrible, and as a horror game, it is pretty decent. Oh no. Heavy breathing. This is shotgun. What the hell was that? And moving to the last game. For the last game, I wanted to play something that is still popular nowadays, because I always hear that modern horror games are not scary anymore or just boring. But I found a game that recently came out and in my opinion it definitely deserves your attention. Backrooms or liminal space theme is popular for over a year now. And unlike my dad, it has no plans to disappear anytime soon. And with this game it shows that it's ready for more. I'm confident to say that this game is the most realistic looking horror game that I ever played. It's almost like you are watching real footage, but you can actually control everything. Out of all games that I played today, this one is by far the most unsettling. The atmosphere is just so good. That's just too much. Although I found a way to break the game and had to replay the same level again, but this was the only issue with this game. Unlike Visage that crashed about 5 times when I tried to record it. The Complex Expedition... oh yeah, I forgot to say the name. The Complex Expedition is definitely my most favorite game out of all 4, and I really recommend you to give it a try. But for those who is too lazy to play yourself, I will make a dedicated video just about this game because it really deserves your attention. And you can support me by watching it. Although it goes against everything I said right now, but I will really appreciate it. What the hell was that? If you want to support me, you can subscribe to my channel. It really means a lot to me. And you can go watch another video, for example a video that YouTube decided to stop recommending to anyone. I promise the next video will be in 3 weeks. I promise. It's more like promise to myself if I think about it. So yeah, I hope you have a great day. Also don't forget to constantly change your life for the better. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!